everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat, and for today we have a whole bunch to go over because we're going to be taking a look at the entire new collection from Kaleidos. It's the Smokey Nostalgia collection. I have everything in front of me and I am so pumped to share this with you. I feel like it's been forever since Kaleidos has had a release, and so I am super duper excited. I did also, in addition to the Smokey Nostalgia collection, pick up their new Space Age Gifted highlighter, so we're going to take a look at that as well. I do have the original multi-chrome highlighter that they came out with, and Gifted is the new one. I think Prophecy was the name of the original one, and so this guy is a little bit different, so we're going to also take a look at this one. Really excited to swatch it, see how it goes, so I'm just ready to jump right into absolutely everything. Also, for those of you that are just tuning in, I did have in my last video that I went over some of the details for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you haven't checked out that video and you want to enter it, make sure you go and double check on that video. I'll have it linked at some point throughout here, up top there somewhere probably. But make sure you go check that out, leave a comment according to what I was asking for, and best of luck to everybody. I'm so excited, and thank you so much to all of you guys for all of the support. I can't believe I actually have 1,000 subscribers. This just blows my mind. But let's jump right in. So the collection is made up of a whole bunch of different things. To start off, you have what looks like one of the lip masks that they have. This one is an apple glaze lip mask. Comes in this really gorgeous kind of cranberry red, scarlety red packaging. And I do also have this one in the agave blue one that they came out with like a while ago as one of their first lip masks, and they are absolutely amazing. It doesn't really smell like a whole lot, which is also what I noticed on the original one that I had gotten, and so it's just kind of there as a really nice mask for you to put on your mouth in case, you know, you are like me and your lips are just perpetually chapped. Then we have the B1 blush brush, and that is this guy right here. It's just a pretty standard brush, very nice and soft, and it has this really kind of pretty periwinkle lilac-y kind of shade to the handle, and yeah, just a very standard brush. I think it's looks really nice. I tend to use the flatter brushes more so when I'm doing my makeup rather than kind of the more pointy edged ones. And so, I mean, I think it looks really nice though. It's a really great brush. Then they did also come out with 4 additional new shades of their lip clays, and that is the Smokey Nostalgia collection. They all come in these kind of metal tins, and so this one has a really pretty design on the front. Looks kind of like a fish or like a flower that's kind of blossoming, and then it's got some butterflies and other flowers around it, and then inside you have the 4 lip clays. And I will not be swatching this because this is also going to be included in one of the 3 giveaways that I am doing for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. The lip mask is also going to be included, as is the brush. So those are, if you haven't checked out the video yet, 3 sneak peeks for you, so to speak. But those are going to be in the giveaway as well. So I'm really excited. They're going to be kind of, just go check out the video. It has all the details in there, how it's working, but it's the biggest giveaway I've ever done, and so I hope you guys love it. And then the final thing that is going to be going into the giveaway is one of the 5 blushes that is included in this collection, because they came out with 5 different shades, and they are all single ones. They come in this really amazing like looking packaging. It has like this lace on top of it. It's a little bit squishy, almost like a pillow cushion on the top, and then you have flower designs underneath, and then the lid opens like this, and then you have the shade inside of there with the mirror, and it has a really pretty design, kind of a swirly design on the palette itself. And so this pink shade is also going to be included in the giveaway, and that is the shade Dreamwalk. So that is one of 2 shades that I will not be swatching for you guys. The other shade is Joyride, and this one is more of kind of almost like a cross between a blush and a bronzer. It's very like beigey in tone, and that is going to a friend of mine as a secret gift for her as well, because she doesn't wear like super bold blushes. She wears more of like the bronzy tones and just kind of glows up, and so I thought that would be a perfect shade to give to her. So that is the only 2 that we will not be swatching, but the other 3 I have sitting in front of me, and we're going to swatch away. And we're also going to swatch the 2 palettes that came in this collection and the highlighter. It's so much. All right, so the first of the 3 shades that we will swatch is Sunburnt, and this I feel like is gonna be my favorite. This is the packaging for it, kind of a more pinky tone. Really, these are all 3, so you can kind of see slight tonal variations. This is definitely the deepest one, then kind of like a medium, and then your orangey tone. And so they're very pretty. I love this packaging. I think it's so cute. Like, that is one of the things that Kaleidos does that I absolutely love, is their packaging. And so this is the first one. This is the orangish shade on there. So we will give a swatcheroony, and this is probably going to be the one that I put on my face, because I have not put any blush on my face yet, because I was like, okay, we're gonna put this on our face. So here's this shade. Very nice, subtle blush. Definitely gives off a kind of almost neon orangey with like ever so slight, some light salmony undertones with it, but really, really beautiful. The second shade is more of a pinkish tone, so that is this guy right here. Not quite as pink as the one that's going in the giveaway. This one is more of kind of a burnt rose shade in person. And so you'll see when I swatch it next to the orange shade, it's not super pink. It's kind of a cross between pink and like burnt rose type shade. And then the third one, this guy right here, which is Sanguine. I never know how to say that word. Sanguine? Sanguine? Unsure. This is the deep, deep red shade that it seems like everyone on Instagram was just mind boggled about, because it looks so, so pretty. And that is this guy right here. Oh yeah, that is a red, red cranberry shade. So I think for today, I am going to stick with my tried and true. I'm going to go with the orangey shade. I will say the only thing I'm not a huge fan of with the packaging is that it's kind of like floppy. It does have a magnetic closure though, so it will close automatically, so you don't have to worry about it getting a good seal on there. But just when you're opening it, it's a little floppy. So keep that in mind, I suppose. Also, the kind of pinkish shade that we swatched, that was the shade Ecstasy. I forgot to say that shade name, that was my bad. All right, let's see how she does. I've gotten a good application on my brush here, and I've definitely used some of the Kaleidos blushes in the past and really liked them. They are definitely ones that you can build up, but I like to go hard right off the bat because I love a really nice bold blush, and I love that they're very like complementary to pretty much any skin tone. Like they work with a lot of skin tones. And I want to say I picked up both of the blush palettes they had come out with that were like 2 different shades of blush, and then I grabbed all 3 of their contour palettes, and I really enjoy their face products. Like, they do a good job of making sure that it works with every skin tone. And so like with their contour palettes, they came out with 3 different contour palettes. So the deepest one I gave to a friend of mine because her skin tones are definitely very significantly deeper than mine, and she absolutely loved it. So I think that's looking real nice. It's definitely giving me like a nice sun-kissed glow, and so I really like that a lot. That's why I love orange as my favorite blush shade, because it's not super rosy pink. It just kind of gives me that like you were just in the sun kind of glow, and so I always really enjoy that. So I think this is already looking super cute, plus it like matches my orange that I have on underneath. You can tell I like orange. All right, let's take a look at this highlighter next. Gifted is the shade, and this is what it looks like in the palette. It is definitely going to be one of those highlighters that is super creamy and super sheer that you'll get with a lot of the multi-chrome eyeshadows where you have to build it up, but there it is on my finger. Huge mirroring effect on there. So let's go ahead and swatch it. There we go, very nice and soft. I'm seeing pinks and oranges, greens, a little bit of purple, some yellowish in there. So there you go, you can see a little bit of bluish gold. And then there's some pink and some purple showing up. There's a little bit more of the goldish green. So you can definitely, oh yeah, there you can see a whole bunch of the different shades. On the top there's that goldish to green to blue, bottom has pink to purple. So you can definitely say, oh, look at the pink in the back there when I pull it back. Wow. Definitely very, very pretty, and it's gonna be super interesting to see what it does as the light catches it. Do I wanna go super bold, or do I wanna go with the brush? Because if I use my finger, it's gonna go super bold. I think we'll start with the brush, and then we'll see where we go. I might end up getting very heavy-handed with this. All right, when I go in with the brush, it seems just very light and kind of flaky glitter. Oh, oh my God, it's like a rainbow on my face. Oh my God, okay. No regrets, here we go. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like a unicorn threw up on my face. It's fine. We're gonna buff that out just a smidge. Oh my God, I love it. There's no buffing that out. That is just, that's on my face permanently. Normally I try and keep it like right around the bone, like the top of the cheekbone, and like bring it up into my temples. But because I use a flat brush, it went like right up to the cheeks. I mean, hey, it's good that the light is hitting it like where it's the purplish pink on my cheeks, and so I guess it sort of makes it look like a, we're fine. This is fine. I loves it. You can see me from space today. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at the two eyeshadow palettes, and we will end up using one of the two at least for an eye look. That's why I have a blank slate on my eyeballs. So the two palettes that we have are the Black Jasmine palette and the Cold Brew palette. So the Cold Brew has more of a purplish kind of packaging. And they do also tell you like the way in which to use the 4 shades. It says like on the plastic covering, it's got like base, radiate, diffuse, and accentuate. I typically don't follow those, I just do whatever I feel like. But this is the Cold Brew palette. Very cold toned neutrals on there, which I really love. I'm not a huge warm toned neutrals fan, and so for me, these two palettes are like right up my alley because they are both very cool toned. So really love this one already. So it essentially has 3 different depths of tone for this cool toned beige, and then you also have this kind of silvery, with a little bit of warmth to it, silvery metallic as well. So we will go ahead and swatch all 4 of those. And I don't have shade names for them. That is one of the only things that I feel like Kaleidos like forgets about, is their shade names. So this is the lightest of the 3 matte shades. Very nice, very light brown shade. Then we have the medium tone. Yeah, very nice. And then the deepest of the 3 is this guy. Really, really nice. You can definitely make a beautiful look just out of that with the matte shades already. Very, very nice reaching of the depth on there. That's definitely always one of the things that I look for in a palette is, does the deepest shade really work for creating a lot of depth? Because if it's closer to this guy, it's not going to be dark enough for what I like to do. And then here's that, ooh, the metallic shade is very chunky. Here it is. Oh, interesting. Okay, I can barely see it in the reflection there. It is much sheerer than I was expected based on how it showed up on my finger. Okay, you can in fact definitely build it up though. So there's your metallic shade. Almost looks like it has a bit of a beigey pinkish undertone to the base, which is why it's a little bit more of a warm toned glitter on there rather than just an outright silver. And just by looking at it, I have a feeling that this guy is gonna give me a little bit of some glitter fallout. So it'll be very interesting to see if it actually does, but just based on how the formula is already feeling, I think we're gonna need to be careful with the application of that. And then the Black Jasmine palette, I have a feeling I am going to absolutely love because it is the cool toned of the cool tone grays. It is just absolutely gorgeous, And this silver shade almost has a hint of like a bluish undertone to it, which is why it is just so extremely cool toned, and I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and swatch these three so we can see the difference between the two palettes. This is the lightest of the gray shades. Oh yeah, makes this really look brown. Then we have the medium tone. Oh, that is such a stunning gunmetal gray. Oh my goodness. And then we have a straight matte black. Oh, and she's pretty. Oh my goodness. That is a midnight tone. Oh, that's like looking into just an abyss. And then the shimmer shade. Let's see the difference. Oh, she's also chunky. Ooh. All right, and this one we definitely did not have to build up at all. You can really see the bluish kind of undertone that really makes this stand out as just a very cool toned silver, and definitely brings out a bit more of the beigey pink undertones of this one. But this guy just immediately pigmented on there. So that just, it's so pretty. I love this palette. Oh my god, I love a good cool tone smoky eye. Yes. All right, we're gonna use this palette. It's just what's happening. Okay, so this is absolutely everything that I grabbed, including the multi-chrome highlighter. Those are the three blushes that I'm gonna keep, and then the two eyeshadow palettes, and I really like it. I think this whole collection is just so down my alley, and I was so excited when I saw that they were releasing it. It did take a hot minute to get here because the stuff is coming from China, but Kaleidos does say that they are cruelty-free, so if that's something that you were concerned about, on their website they say that they are cruelty-free and have the symbol on there and everything. So even though it is coming from China, you don't have to worry that they are testing on animals or anything like that, so that's always a good thing, I feel like. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into this Black Jasmine palette and get started, and hopefully I won't get it all over my face. All right, so I'm gonna start with the lightest of the gray shades just to kind of see how it works on my actual lids, because definitely I've had times in the past where I thought something was a certain shade and it turned out very differently on my lid. Not from Kaleidos, they're usually very true to swatches and to what it looks like in the pan, but I always like to start off lighter, because if you start off with the darker shades, you can't go back. Oh yeah, that's very true to tone. So my thought for today is just to create a nice, simple ombre look. So I am going to go into the medium brown shade for the center of the lid, and then go into that black shade for the outer corner, and then smoke it out under my eye. So this is the eye look thus far, and I actually think that the cool toned look of the eyes goes really well with just the blazing bright pink that I am getting with the highlighter. So I actually really like that contrast on there. So I think what we are going to do is we will continue the highlighter instead of using the metallic shade. I want to continue with that highlighter and just add a tiny pop of that to the inner corner and then call it good, because I am really enjoying this highlighter. Yeah, I think that actually ties all of it together. So I'm gonna tightline real quick and throw on mascara, and then we'll be back for the final look and my overall thoughts of everything. But I can already tell you guys that I am just absolutely loving this collection. It is so much fun, and I will forever love a good smoky eye. All right, and we're back with the final look. I would love to know what you guys think of everything. I absolutely love this highlighter. It is so beautiful, and I love a good smoky eye, and I feel like this turned out really, really nicely. All three shades blended together beautifully. It was very simple and easy to do. I will say the tiniest speck of a little bit of fallout, but it brushed away super easy. There was no streaking whatsoever, and so not a problem at all. So I was really, really happy about that. But I would love to know what you guys think of everything. What do you think of the blushes? What do you think of the highlighter? What do you think of the eyeshadow palettes? All of the swatches of everything? Would you have chosen something different? Would you have gone as hard into the highlighter as I did? I would love to know either way. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you did not, as we always do here. And if you made it to the end of the video and you have not yet subscribed, I would highly suggest subscribing. Come join my family here on YouTube. We talk a ton about indie brands, a ton about colorful makeup, multi-chromes, all of the shimmers, do tons of swatches of everything. If I'm not covered in color by the end of it, I didn't do it right. And make sure you guys go check out my last video of my speed reviews, because that's where I go over absolutely everything for the giveaway. So other than that, you guys just go have a good one.